in your fighting stance, you should already be here. Nice bend in the knees, right? So when you throw the kick, this don't even gotta move. If I stay crunched like this, my hand don't have to move. So when I throw my kick, I'm here. This one will stay right there the whole time. So when I throw my low kick here, look at my hand. It never moves. It's here. Look. Look. It don't move. I don't gotta do anything like this because it's right here. So they can throw any punch they want to throw. Okay, no problem. My hand is up. But as soon as I let it drift away, now it's gonna start moving on its own because there's nothing behind it to support it. Does that make sense? Right tricep should be up against the ribs as you're in your fight stance anyway. Not bad. It'll get better. I rep it more and more and more. The more you do it right, the better you get. But keep that chin down and keep that left glove close to your jaw on that kick. So you're not open to be countered. You know, they'll counter, but you're not open for it. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be pointless. So not pointless for them, but not effective. And make sure you straighten that leg all the way out at the end of that kick. And because this is a low kick, at the end of the low kick, when you're throwing the power low kick, the basic type low kick, and you're lifting, drop down on that foot, the hip turns all the way. So the hip turns all the way at the end of that kick. Yeah, but it needs to be above the knee. Accuracy. Keep that hand up on the kick. You don't feel that glove there, that means you're open. Glove, you should feel it there. Better? Not bad. Make sure it's accurate, just above that knee. Each time you should hit that same spot that you want to hit. Make sure that leg's locking out at the end of that kick, toes are pointed, right? So just get better and better. Now I want you to jab first. On the jab, I don't want you to move your feet. Just pop that jab and then go into your low kick. So if you go to that low kick right away, jab then low kick. Right. Chin down, but no shuffling out like that. You want to take that one step out, so you got to really control that leg on the recovery. That left hand up. Everything else is still important. Chin down, make sure you're not leaning back. Abs need to be crunched. So stop for a second. So make sure your hips are turning all the way. All I want you to do is do this. Do it now. I didn't ask you to kick it back. I should do what you're supposed to do. Right, but this thing you turn all the way. Okay? So even though you're drifting that way to put body weight into the kick, you still need to make sure those hips are turning all the way. Yep, jab and low kick, same thing. You're kicking the hip again. Keep that kick accurate, just above the knee. Not bad. Just make sure you're not leaning back. Those abs need to be crunched. Chin down. Right, tuck your chin. That left hand though is drifting. If you allow it to drift now, it's going to become a habit for it to drift. But if you make it be where it should be, it'll always be where it should be, or most of the time, I mean. It's a habit for it to be there. go to the bag. So above your knees, go right here. Right. Watch that left hand. One more jab, low kick, then some push-ups. So, let's do that again, because this is what I've seen. At the end of your kick, you're like this. Oh man, crunch here. Crunch, chin down, jab. Get some push-ups. Grab water if you want. Still like leaning back and you're not on the ball of your foot and that foot's not pivoting. You need to make sure that they hit on the right side. It's going that way slightly into the kick. You should feel your shin hit the pad solid in the bottom half of the middle. Kick. Kick. Jab. Kick. You gotta lock that leg out. Leg needs to be straight when you kick again. Kick. Stepping off that line, and when you finish the kick, it shouldn't be, no, it's one step in, you kick, one step out. Yeah, make sure you arrange the kick. That's pretty far away to throw a kick. Kick, chin down, right balance, again kick, jab, switch kick, chin down, that hand needs to stay up. Switch kick. Again. That. Kick. That hand up. That's because your tricep isn't on your rib, so it's drifting. Again, kick. Stay crunched, and it'll stay where it's supposed to. Chin down. Again, kick. Jab. 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 Kick. 1, 2. Kick. Jab. 1, 2. Kick. Jab. Kick. So what happens is you put so much emphasis on your punches that it changes your stance. So when you throw the kick, start off. Jab. Kick. Right, you need to keep your stance so you can kick after you punch. Kick. Hands up. Kick. Kick. Yeah, so you're still like swinging that leg that way versus just bringing it straight this way. Right? So it's not going to hit as solid. Kick. Kick. Jab. Kick. Block. Kick. Again, block and kick. Good. Jab. 1, 2. Kick. Jab. Kick. Kick. Good. Block and switch kick. Good. Again. Again. Hand up. Jab. Kick. 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 Should be hitting the exact same spot. Kick. You're changing the kick. Throw it the way you're supposed to. Kick. Kick. Jab. 1, 2. Kick. 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 like this. That's not your kick. Like you kick here. Boom, leg long. Hands up. Kick. Get far, man. Pull that leg back after you kick. Kick and pull it back into your stance. I don't know, you're scared of me or you want to train? Like, come. Right. Kick. Step. Right. Step off the line that you see my feet on, my foot on. You step off that line. As you're stepping, open the hip by starting to pivot while your foot's in the air. So start to turn that foot. As you're stepping, right, as you step, that foot starts to turn. You're on the ball of that foot, not with your heel down, right. On the ball of that foot, and then that leg comes straight up toward the target. Because you're not throwing a high kick, it doesn't need to swing wide. Hands up. Better, right. Right, and then from there you turn the hip a little slightly more. But turning the hip doesn't mean you swing the leg wider. It just means you bring the leg up like you are doing now and you turn the hip into it a little bit more. That's it. Right, look how much more solid that is. Did you feel the difference? Right, kick. Right, that's the way it should feel every time. Kick. Right. Kick. Kick. Watch that left hand. You shouldn't be moving around because the tricep should be on the ribs and you should be crunched into your kicks. Kick. Right, chin down. Kick. Needs to be solid. Kick. Right, pull that leg back. No shuffling up. Kick. Be smooth. And back out. Right. Kick. And back out. Right. Kick. Kick. Do the same thing on the switch kick. Chin down, right. Good, you're keeping that hand up. Good, chin down, punch the abs. Right. Good. Step on the toes. Now I want you to make the switch a little shorter. Don't let it be long. Huh? On your toes. Right. Now make sure that that leg's traveling in the direction it's supposed to. Don't let it go out wide, because this is a body kick. It doesn't need to go wide. Only go wide to throw higher kicks to get over the shoulder. Straighten that leg out. Make sure you're not drifting forward. That right foot needs to go out that way a little bit. Right. There you go. Not bad. Keep that hand up. Chin down. Tricep should be on the ribs. Okay. Go ahead, 10 push-ups. Get water if you want. But if you keep the body crunched when you throw a kick. Chin down, body crunch, triceps up against the ribs. When you throw a kick, your arm's not going to swing as much. So if I throw my switch kick from here, as long as I got my tricep up against the ribs, my abs are crunched, not here. Because if I'm here, then my arm has space and room to move. But here I give it no space and room to move. So it's going to sit right there. And I throw my switch kick, it never moved at all. So I was never open or exposed for a punch. Same on the other side, because I'm here crunched. An authentic Muay Thai stance. Like, that's Muay Thai. This is the authentic, more of an authentic stance for Muay Thai here, with my abs crunched here. Like, this is not Muay Thai. This is maybe kickboxing or something else. Like, if you're training Muay Thai, it's authentic Muay Thai, then you should train it the right way. So abs are crunched, chin down. You throw that kick, that arm has no space to move. It never moved, and my power is the same. All right, some water for you.